Hey, what's up, guys? So I just got done playing the newest DLC from We Happy Few. It's called the Lightbearer, named after Nick Lightbearer, the famous musician mentioned in the base game. And if you remember, in the main game we had to impersonate Nick as Arthur after we thought he killed himself by electrocution in the bathtub. But later on a sail you find him and he's just unconscious, so he didn't actually die, obviously, because we're playing as him in the DLC. And we actually find out his real name is Norbert Pickles, so in the DLC, so that's pretty hilarious. And the DLC was only around 2 hours. It was real short, but it's fun and it was original. It has new mechanics in the game that I'll go over as we're playing. And I'd rather have a short DLC that's fun than one that just adds a bunch of unnecessary missions of fetch and grab and go kill this person and come back to add time to it, you know, like Assassin's Creed. And probably the coolest part of the DLC is we learn who Foggy Jack is, and he's mentioned in the main game. He's like their local serial killer, like their Jack the Ripper. So here's the first cutscene.
You're afraid of the end. Oh, I'm afraid. Oh, God, I'm afraid. Oh, I'm afraid of the end.
Oh! Oh, hello. I hope we had fun last night, Pet.
Top of the fucking morning to you two.
Virgil? Am I hallucinating that you're a rat? Or is there a real rat that I'm hallucinating as my agent?
Ex-agent. Or did you forget sacking me?
Sir!
Oh, shit.
Your room is leaking!
You're not forgetting anything else, are you?
I just need some reds and yellows. That'll get my head clear.
You picked a rotten night to black out.
Sir! I'm afraid I must insist on a damage fee!
I'd leg it if I were you, lamb chop. I need you all in one piece today.
Shush, shush, shush. I just need to think. Is this blood?
You don't even remember whose blood that is.
Fuck's sake, Nicky!
I can't remember last night. My head's all foggy.
See why I tell you to write things down, eh? Oh, I know. If you can't remember, you're not responsible.
When did I write these?
Please have written words that make sense.
If you will not open up, I shall be obliged to summon the constabulary!
Better dash.
Bugger! Oh, buggery Jesus on a buggery bike!
I need you to set things right.
Virgil! Virgil! Oh, I need to get out of here. But not without my pills and gear.
Mr. Lightbearer!
Alright, so it looks like Nick had a good time last night. He can't remember anything, and he is hallucinating his ex-manager Virgil as a talking rat. So right now, I'm just looking around, taking in the room, making sure I don't miss anything. Those golden Nick statues you see play a big part in the DLC, but I'll show you in a second when we get our guitar what they do. And you can hear the bellhop. He's knocking on our door because Nick flooded his bathroom last night, and it's leaking through the floor. And we saw in the cutscene that he had blood on his clothes, so that's foreshadowing that something went down when he was in his drunken stupor. And he's wearing the bloody threads, and he's got the alarming lyrics on him. Foggy head, now he's dead, 1:45, grass in my shoes. So the word foggy, you already seen a connection to Foggy Jack. And then over here on the couch, you're going to find a note left by Virgil. I'll try to read it in my best British accent. Nick, love, I've had the hotel staff install a double top secret escape hatch for you to get away from, fans discreetly. I know your memory's beans on toast these days, so I asked them to make your suds tap to be the hatch lever. I'm sure you'll be pulling on that anyway. Virgil. P.S. Oh, and for Christ's sakes, don't spill the beans to the next wide-eyed grouper you bring home. This is a secret passageway. Emphasis on secret. Alright, that was good, right? Don't laugh. Alright, so let's find our guitar amp. It's going to be right up here in the little bathroom. I was a little worried I was going to get electrocuted again, like I did in the main game.
Bit soggy.
And we're going to find our guitar over here to the left. You'll see that somebody wrote "Marry Me Again, Nick" on the wall in lipstick, which kind of looks like blood. There's a guitar that's going to act as our main weapon in the DLC.
I'll remember.
So there's no punching or guns or swords or anything. And then what we do with these golden statues is the left trigger, called the vibe. When you vibe in front of a statue, it'll point you in the direction you're supposed to go. Which most of the time you don't even need them, and your drug stash is right behind that mirror. Like, it's obvious where to go. But there's actually I didn't realize it until it was too late. There's an achievement for vibing all the golden statues. So I do a lot of them just to do them because it's fun. But I missed a few because I didn't get the achievement, so I was kind of bummed. If I would have known it was an achievement, I would have went out of my way to make sure I got them all. Alright, so we got our guitar, we got our amp, we got our drugs. We could go down to the escape hatch that Virgil was talking about in the letter. Just vibe on that statue. He's going to point down at the beer tap. It's going to open up the door to the secret passageway. Then we're going to go through here, and up here to the left we're going to find some joy pills and another note. My dear Nick Lightbearer, you were smashing last night. Haha, it's quite a show. I hope your head is not in too much of a fog this morning, but don't worry, I won't hold it against you. I remain your biggest fan. Alright, so we're going to go through these grates, and we're going to find a fan somehow down here.
Nick Lightbearer! My hero! What day is it?
Friday? Tuesday? I mean, oh come on, they all end in day.
I've been stuck up here for ages. Beastly hotel manager wouldn't let me go up to your room the regular way. Can you give me a tug?
Look, I don't mean to be unhelpful, but...
God, you're covered in blood.
Am I? Oh, well, it must be the lipstick. Yes. I mean, the fans do get carried away with their kisses, don't they? Sorry, I really do have to dash.
But you'll send help to get me out of here, won't you?
Oh, absolutely, love. Yes, of course, love. Anything for a fan. I can't let the manager find me covered in blood when I don't even know whose it is.
Attention guests. The hotel is a bit overrun with Nick fans at the moment. Please stay in your room while constables take control of the situation.
So, as we see, that's going to be one of the running themes of the DLC, is that we're just trying to avoid Nick's fans. They're a little crazy. And I don't know if it gave us the pop-up yet, but the way we get our health is by drinking coffee, drinking alcohol, and doing pills. Since Nick is a Rockstar, that's how he gets his health back. There's going to be coffee machines scattered throughout the game. Just make sure you grab your free cup.
Oh, better not try any more stage diving, unless I really want to get hurt, and I don't. I hate being hurt.
Attention guests. The Nick Lightbearer lookalike contest will now take place in the bar, owing to a bit of wetness in the water.
How did people ever stay awake before we invented coffee?
So you heard over the announcement there's going to be a Nick Lightbearer lookalike contest. Well, we'll run into that later. It's kind of some foreshadowing. So right up here we're going to get our first upgrade to our guitar. We're going to get our first attack. It's called the Face Melt. So that's basically, you just hit the right trigger, it's going to send out like a little guitar note that takes a little bit of health. It doesn't take a lot. And every time you use it though, it diminishes the little yellow bar on the guitar neck. But if you use a vibe attack right as someone's attacking you, it replenishes that bar. So you just basically spam it until it gets low, then you let the enemy attack you, but then you block it with the vibe. So this is going to be like our practice guy. This is weird because I talk to him and he's nice, and then I turn my back and he hits me with a fucking tool. So right here you can see in the triangle that little yellow part inside of it, that's his health bar. So we want to get that down. And he doesn't kill him, this just knocks people out. So you can see it going down.
Yes. Hotel vents are being closed due to a slight bit of moisture. Perhaps go outside for some fresh air.
Bugger. I'll need to find a power cell. Shut up, liver.
So grab the scotch, and then we can pick up the hotel staff key right here. The statue will point down to it for us.
A bellboy key. Now I can sneak into other rooms. Naughty Nicky.
So the hotel staff, they closed the grates because of all the moisture from the flooding from Nick's room. So we got to find a power cell since we got a new note. Nick fan conventions Friday. Entered Nick. I'm not going to read all that. Strictly forbidden to seduce or propose marriage. So people are dressing up as Nick, and they look so much like him that they're actually getting women to marry them. So we got the key, so we got to go find a power cell. And if you remember, we were coming down, there was just one room that could be unlocked, so it's obvious where to go. We see the water coming down from Nick's room. Open up this door, we see the power cell right there on the floor.
Ah, this bird has a power cell. I wonder what she uses it for.
So you can make up your mind what she uses it for. And you always want to check these medicine cabinets. There's usually joy pills behind them, and they come in handy because sometimes this DLC is not too hard, but you get ganged up on sometimes and you need them.
I'd better get those vents open again if I want to travel around incognito. There has to be a perfectly innocent reason why a man might wake up covered in blood and not remember.
Does Lamb Chop have a guilty conscience? Wages of sin got you down.
Alright, so we saw our ex-manager Virgil again in rat form, and we could tell that Nick's got a guilty conscience. We really don't know what happened yet, but he's just assuming the worst. You can pick up another note on this bed. Record review, Lost in Space. Just pause it if you want to read all that. I don't want to waste too much time reading these in British accents. This note is basically a bad review of his latest record.
Everyone's a critic. Especially the critics.
So like I was saying earlier, you're going to grab the joy behind the bathroom mirrors, and then you're going to watch out for this guy coming in. I just spammed the attack. You can see the yellow gauge going down. Still not used to it at this point. It doesn't really, it's something new and original, so I appreciate that, but it was just kind of quirky. And you see I used the vibe attack to replenish my bar. And then up here we're going to find a joy dispenser, but unlike the main game, like I was saying earlier, joy, alcohol, and coffee, stuff that's bad for you is good for Nick. And the statue's going to tell us we got to take the elevator, but I'm going to grab some joy first.
Only 3 pills at a time? Ugh, that won't last me until breakfast. Do I eat breakfast?
Alright, so grab your joy, and then we're going to grab the elevator, and we're going to continue to try to find our exit out of the hotel.
Too many people know me here. I mean, basically everyone.
And if you didn't know, We Happy Few is heavily inspired by the book by Huxley, Brave New World, and in that book they take a drug called Soma, and then joy is basically their version of Soma. It just keeps everybody docile, happy.
I do prefer to keep the ladies at bay with their serenade.
Alright, so pick up the new attack for your guitar. It's called Serenade. And for this one, you're going to hold down the left trigger. And it's not as good as I thought. I attempt to use it on this group of enemies coming up here.
Oh, not now, lovelies. I'm just on my way out. Control yourselves.
You see it goes out, it controls one person, and then it turns that person against the other enemies. But it doesn't even last long, and it doesn't even seem that effective. So I try it for a little bit, and then when I realize it sucks, I just go back to the face melt attack. And then right here, they almost actually kill me. Later on, you can get an upgrade so that it affects 2 enemies, makes it a little bit better, but I recommend don't even bother unless I think there's an achievement for using it, so just use it to get the achievement, and that's it. So back to what I was saying earlier, the game is heavily inspired by Brave New World. It's also inspired by Orwell's 1984, and the imagery of the dystopian future is what got me really interested in the game. I signed up for the game preview a long time ago, and I remember I played it and I uploaded the video of the game preview, and it was like still real shitty, and you could tell there was potential. There's an original game here, but I kind of forgot about it after my initial playthrough. And one day I remember I seen on Twitter it came out, and I was like, oh shit, and I checked, and then I had the game to play. So if you got the game preview when the game came out, you owned it, so you got a good discount if you signed up for the game preview. I thought that was really cool. But anyway, I'm running out of shit to talk about. This part 1's almost over. I'm just going to follow the grates, fight some more enemies, pick up one more note, and then I'm going to escape the hotel, and I'll be out on the streets, and then we'll cover that in part 2. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. See you guys later. Bye.
Inspector Royston Luckenbill reminds the public that the alleged murderer, known as Foggy Jack, does not exist. No, he's just a fairy tale, states Inspector Luckenbill, and we all know how horrible those are. There are definitely no victims found in the street this morning.
Here's a love gun on your record. Marry me again.
Surgically removed. No.
Oh,
And
I'm
even
the
if there
one.
were,
Give me
even
your
if there
knickers.
were, what on earth would you have after dark?
This'll
Everybody's
right
in the country
here.
to be at home.
I hate your new record.
Jack's bedtime
You stood me up. Right shorter
Girls
song.
in question were just running around with scissors. Oh, yes, well, as we all know, one can't be too careful doing arts and crafts, can one? Oh.
Fortune favours the bold. Ah!